Reuters. The world waited with bated breath for the rescue of a 12-year-old girl believed to be trapped beneath the rubble of a collapsed school in earthquake-ravaged Mexico City, but it turns out she never existed, it was revealed Thursday. The girl, dubbed Frida Sofia, was a figment of someone's imagination that had spiraled out of control, Mexican officials said Thursday. We are certain that it was not an actuality, administration. Angel Enrique Sarmiento, Assistant Secretary of the Mexican Navy, told local paper El Universal. We don't have any knowledge, we never had any knowledge of the account. Reports first surfaced Wednesday that the girl had signaled to rescuers from the rubble of the Enrique Repsamen school. The story quickly became a symbol of hope that drove thousands to dig through wrecked buildings looking for survivors of Tuesday's magnitude 7.1 quake that killed at least 273 people and injured another 1,900. The fictional tale was elaborate. The non-existent girl had a name, and age. Rescuers said they sneaked a hose into the wreckage for her to drink from, and workers told MSNBC on Thursday that they handed her a phone and that she reported that there were 2 other children trapped with her under a granite table. When no one came forward claiming to be her family, she was believed to have been misidentified. Her harrowing story persisted until Sarmiento abruptly announced Thursday that there were no children left in the Cavadan schoolhouse. We have carried out a full count with the directors of the school, and we are sure that all the children are either safe at home, in the hospital, or, unfortunately, died, he said. All told, 11 children were rescued from the debris alive, but 19 others were found dead along with 6 adults, according to Sarmiento. Now officials say all the school children have been accounted for, but warn that an adult woman may still be trapped in the rubble. The news came as rescue workers raced to free those still trapped, and as officials warned that the window for finding anyone alive was quickly closing. Even as hopes for the non-existent Frida were dashed, other rescues emerged as rays of hope. A woman gave birth in the middle of the street as the hospital she was in began to collapse around her. Jessica Mendoza, who was already 6 centimeters dilated, was preparing to give birth in the Durango sanatorium when the earthquake struck, SEN reported. Doctors rushed her outside to avoid calamity and delivered baby Adolfo Inaki as the city around them crumbled. Despite everything that happened around me, I continued with my delivery. I completely isolated myself. I did not hear anything, Mendoza told the outlet. Elsewhere in Mexico City, a man who had been trapped for 26 hours and a 90-year-old woman were pulled alive from the rubble. Another trapped woman messaged her husband from the wreckage. Diana Pacheco, 31, was trapped under the rubble of a 6-story building with a slab of debris hanging perilously near her neck for a full 17 hours before she was able to move just enough to text her husband and tell him her whereabouts. It was a miracle from God, it was a miracle from God, the woman's mother-in-law, Olga Tejeda, told Mexican investigative website Animal Politico. She saw one of her colleagues walking on a staircase in front of her die. And international reinforcements are arriving to help weary Mexican rescue workers. The U.S. Agency for International Development announced that an elite contingent of its workers had landed in Mexico Thursday, along with specially trained urban rescuers from the Los Angeles Fire Department. The roughly 70-person squad also included 5 dogs trained to sniff out survivors amid wreckage, as well as several tons of specialized gear and supplies to help them reach people trapped beneath the rubble, USAID tweeted. Meanwhile, Mexican President Enrique Pena Nieto toured the hardest-hit areas. The rescue and care of people injured by the quake remain the highest priority for all authorities, he tweeted Thursday. The State Power Authority announced Thursday that it had returned electricity to 95% of its 5 million customers and that it expected to reach 98% by Friday. To facilitate rescue operations, Mexico City suspended collecting subway and bus fares and was allowing people to bring pickaxes, shovels and other construction equipment onto public transit, officials announced. Additional reporting by Gabrielle Fonrauch with Postwires.